In many parts of Asia, there is a preference for sons over daughters. This leads to gender-biased sex selection, where parents desire a male child. This can happen in many forms. For example, pregnancies can be terminated when parents find out they are having a girl, or after a birth. A girl child may be discarded or neglected, causing baby girls to die prematurely. The root cause for gender-biased sex selection is gender inequality and discrimination. Over 140 million females are estimated to be missing globally, leading to a gender imbalance that is damaging to society. UNFPA, as the only UN agency working to address this issue, has provided over 20 years of technical leadership and expertise, starting in India and China. Recently, a global program in Asia, with funding from the Government of Norway, was delivered in Bangladesh, Nepal, and Vietnam. These programs are already showing successful progress through legislation, education, and increased public awareness. In Nepal, sex-selective abortions were criminalized in 2002, and the national strategy to address gender-biased sex selection was developed and endorsed in 2021. In Bangladesh, national guidelines for the prevention of son preference and the risk of gender-biased sex selection were established in 2022. In Vietnam, the fatherhood program engaged young men in addressing gender inequality and building healthy family relationships. All three nations committed to ending gender-biased sex selection with policies to address son preference. UNFPA also supported research and studies examining social and cultural beliefs, sex determination services and technologies, and other different drivers of gender-biased sex selection. UNFPA has also conducted training and educational activities for stakeholders, including healthcare workers, statisticians, law enforcement officers, the media, and civil society organizations. Media campaigns across countries are helping to raise awareness about the negative consequences of gender-biased sex selection. A public campaign in Bangladesh promoted the value of women and girls through engaging over 100,000 people. In Nepal, videos on the value of the girl child were aired on provincial and local television channels across the country, reaching over 7.5 million viewers. In Vietnam, 8 million people were reached with messages to promote the value of girls. These efforts are important to maintain and even expand further to address deeply rooted, harmful social and gender norms as the imbalanced sex ratio at birth continues to rise in Bangladesh and Nepal. We must continue our investment to achieve gender equality and promote girls' values in society. UNFPA is committed to ending harmful practices by 2030 and ensuring that every girl counts. Everyone has a role to play, from governments to grassroots and stakeholders at every level. By continuously applying gender-transformative approaches and working with key stakeholders, UNFPA is working to ensure that girls and boys alike are empowered to reach their fullest potential.